Yo, fake Kendrick fan exposed. Demaris from the Rory and Yall podcast was straight up exposed right now. I mean, I don't know this chick, shout out to her, but we gotta get into this. So she's arguing with, seems like some Kendrick fans, and she says, yo,
show me where I said verbatim that I hate Kendrick's voice. Not a fan is what I remember saying. I listen to Kendrick's music. I do not hate Kendrick. I said multiple times I respect him and that he deserves what he gets. I've been very impartial. This narrative starting to irritate me. Y'all aren't victims.
So Demaris from the Rory and Yall podcast, she is talking to this Kendrick fan. She's telling them, yo, you're spinning narratives. I never said I hate Kendrick's voice. I never said I hate him. And then she was hit with a, this you?
Change our minds. We're not fucking Kendrick Lamar fans. I've said on every platform possible, I hate the way Kendrick Lamar raps. I hate the sound of his fucking voice.
Same. I hate his voice.
I hate his voice. And I will not listen to him again simply because I hate the sound of his voice. It does not take away from the talent.
Got him. We fucking got him.
We got to hear that one more time. Remember, she said, show me verbatim where I said I hate his voice. She said, y'all just spinning narratives.
Change our minds. We're not fucking Kendrick Lamar fans.
Boom. We're not, she says, yo, we're not Kendrick fans. Me and him she's talking about. Hey, y'all, I am a one-man show. I record, edit the video myself, create the thumbnail, everything. So hitting like and subscribe does help a bunch. Thanks so much. Back to the video. We're not Kendrick fans.
Our fans. I've said on every platform possible, I hate the way Kendrick Lamar raps.
So there you go. She says, show me verbatim where I said I hate his voice. It's right here.
I hate the way Kendrick Lamar raps. I hate the sound of his fucking voice.
Same. I hate his voice.
I hate his voice. And I will not listen to him again simply because I hate the sound of his voice. It does not take away from the talent.
Ooh wee. Okay. Y'all remember, you watch my channel. I've pointed this out so many times. I said it in a video covering SO, and I said it in a video covering Joe Budden, where I said a lot of these guys who are pretending, cosplaying, if you will, as Kendrick fans, I think at this point we all know that so many people just did it for the look. These new fly-by-night Kendrick fans irk me. I think people get it misunderstood sometimes. People get me confused. I don't dislike Kendrick. I dislike parts of the fan base, the new guys, but I don't think he was ever that into Kendrick's music to begin with. A lot of these people was Drake fans and they just jumped on the YouTube narrative. Yo, we're going to support Kendrick. I mean, there was a big bag in it. I mean, they made a lot of money doing it, but a lot of these people was never really a fan of Kendrick's music like that. I know, cause I remember, I've been here as a Kendrick supporter for a very long time. I remember the timeline of stuff. So a lot of people, and you know who it usually is? You know, these cosplayers, the fake ones, and you know, I gotta play Ether for this, hold on. I gotta play Ether for this, man.
Yes, sir, this nigga spittin'.
You know who these cosplayers usually are? The way I've identified them, they're the people who are most loud with the Drake hate. I mean, it's almost like they're overcompensating. They're the most loud with the culture talk. Like, these are the people who was never really into Kendrick's music to begin with. They're playing a role, they're faking it for money, they're saying what's popular to get in the algorithm. Yo, build your YouTube channel. But when I point these people out, I'm called the crazy one. And you know what I think the issue is? All along this timeline, I've called these people out. But you know, I think I'm too early with stuff, right? I'm too early when I call things out. So when I call it out super early, people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, bro, you're crazy. I did a video called Kendrick Has a Toxic Fan Base, where I'm talking about this portion of his fan base that is just completely fake. Like, these people were not here before. They're not even really Kendrick fans. They just don't like Drake. But here they are cosplaying with the rest of us. I called this out. I think I'm too early with this, right? I think I recognize patterns too early. And I just sound crazy when I point this stuff out, right? And here's a quick little side note. Side story. For my people that's from the 1900s, there was this program in school called the GATE program. I think it's still for Gifted and Talented Education, right? And in the GATE program, you have to take a test. What I think they do is they take all the students who have like straight A's or really high GPAs, and they put them all in the cafeteria or the auditorium, and they give them like a special test, right? And the thing with the GATE program, oh, you pass this test, you're in the GATE program. Your parents think you're so smart. Your family think you're so smart. Oh, he's in the GATE program. What the GATE program is basically, so you know how they have the separate, and I promise I'm gonna connect this back to the video. But you know how, like for the behaviorally challenged students, they have like separate classrooms that they put them in, or the students who are, need to speed up, with their schoolwork, trying to say it nicely, they put them in a separate classroom, right? Away from everyone. Well, the GATE program is the opposite. And they take all the smart kids, and while your class is going on, the regular class, they'll put y'all in a special section of the class, having you do advanced work, more work, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, I say all this to say, I was in the GATE program, and the test is basically pattern recognition. Most of the tests, from what I remember, again, maybe they've changed it. This was back in the 1900s. Well, really, this is like early 2000s, but also the 1900s. It's a test of pattern recognition. How quickly can you recognize patterns? Can you complete the pattern? Which of these is a proper pattern? It's literally just a test of patterns. So yeah, people think you're smart because you passed this test. Bro, it's a test about patterns. This doesn't mean I'm smart. But anyway, yeah, so you go on the GATE program and they're giving you all this extra work. I remember that at some point I asked the teacher, like, yo, take me out of this. Y'all giving me extra work. Like when I get home from school, I'm trying to go play The Sims, right? Y'all got me reading Robinson Crusoe in 3rd grade. I get out of school, I gotta do my regular homework plus the extra homework that the GATE program gave me, taking all these extra reading tests. The incentive to do this is just not there for me, right? Take me out of this, right? So anyway, I say all this to say, I recognize the patterns with this type of stuff early, and with a lot of things early. I've been saying that a lot of these people was never fans of Kendrick music like that. She's saying it right here. Like, yo, I respect him, but she's saying I don't like his music, which is cool. But then don't try to come on YouTube acting like you're this huge Kendrick fan because he defeated Drake in the beef. It's a lot of dishonesty going on this past 2 years with the Kendrick stuff. I pointed out, sometimes I'm a good guy, sometimes I'm a bad guy, but yo, I'm gonna just point the ish out regardless. So this is her response to this. And I think her responses are actually worse than what she initially said. Yo, if you don't like Kendrick, cool. Who cares? I've been knowing that people's main critique ever since Kendrick got popular, the people who didn't like him, their main critique was always his voice. I just don't like how his voice sounds. That's fine. You screwed up by just pretending you're this mega, super Kendrick supporter, the culture and all this, but cool. But her response makes it even worse. Someone told her,
either you're lying then or you're lying now.
Facts.
You choose, but your integrity is shot.
She responds, this is not good damage control.
This is what y'all don't understand. Podcasters are not journalists. We don't have to be impartial. We have opinions and change our minds, and yes, sometimes be on bullish for the sake of conversation.
So basically, she's admitting that at times, yeah, you have opinions and change your mind, fine. That's not an example of her having an opinion and changing her mind though. She flat out said, I never said that. Y'all are spinning narratives. I never said I hate his voice. But now she's trying to play it off like, yo, I changed my mind. No, that's not what you said. And then even worse, she's saying,
yo, sometimes I just say shit just for the sake of conversation.
As I eat this cantaloupe, y'all know on my channel, yo, I got some takes you don't like. I got some takes you do like. I got some takes you haven't considered, right? That's the whole point. That's the whole thrill of the channel, right? But I don't just say things I don't believe for the sake of conversation. Sometimes I say something I know y'all, I post a video like, yo, they not gonna like this one, but it's gonna be sad. But I'm not just saying BS for the sake of conversation. So she's admitting her podcast, or at least her, will just say anything for the sake of conversation. So she's trying to tell us, like she's sending a mixed message. On one hand, she's saying, yo, we changed our minds. On the other hand, she's saying, yo, I just said that for the sake of conversation. This is a terrible response. Then she says,
yo, I speak for 2 hours, 3 times a week, every week for the past 5 years. I don't remember nor agree with half the stuff I've said in that time frame.
If you have the opinion, we're not asking you to agree with everything, but if you have any opinion that, yo, I hate this rapper for this reason, I don't like this rapper, yo, we're taking that as your honest opinion. It's fine you don't like Kendrick's voice. The issue isn't that you're not remembering what you said. The issue is you were trying to pass it off as if you never said it, as if people trying to spin narratives about you. It would have been better if she just didn't reply to this at all. I'm going to go to 2 responses that I thought encompass what I felt about this whole situation. This user said,
I'm glad y'all keep saying podcasters aren't journalists. Y'all beg for attention when y'all drop new episodes. Y'all constantly pretend like y'all have done research and due diligence before you speak. I'm glad you can admit y'all don't know ish and just be chatting for money.
now this whole part, I don't really think is really relevant. Obviously, when anyone on the internet drops a video or content, yes, they want people to view it. I don't watch Rory and Mal, so I don't know if they pretend they've done due diligence. It sounded like she was just stating her opinion, you know, with the whole Kendrick voice thing. But this part right here, I'm glad y'all can admit you don't know ish and just be chatting for money. This is why she shouldn't have said this part. We be on BS for the sake of conversation. I don't know why she said that. And then this user also said,
I don't think anybody is forcing y'all to love Kendrick.
right, fine if you don't like Kendrick's music, bro.
It's just annoying how y'all act like y'all are impartial and not biased.
Y'all, I'll get to that later.
And I think fans want more out of hip hop media, and y'all can't cry about stands while showing the same behavior as them.
This part right here. It's annoying how y'all act like y'all are impartial and not biased. Now, one of y'all favorite things to tell me in the comments is, yo, you're one of the most unbiased people on YouTube. Love the unbiased take. And I will almost always correct y'all in the comments when y'all say this. I appreciate the compliment, but I'll always correct y'all and say, I'm not unbiased. Especially when it came to the Kendrick and Drake stuff. Yo, I'm a day one, I'm gonna say day one because I wasn't a fan of his pre-Kendrick Lamar K-Dot stuff, but I'm an early Kendrick supporter. My bias is heavily towards Kendrick. I'm not unbiased. I'm biased towards Kendrick. I'm biased towards West Coast artists. I am, that's my bias. I'm not unbiased. I think people say that because I'm fair. I try to be fair with my takes. I'm not unbiased. But yeah, if your brand is I'm unbiased, people are gonna constantly call you out on it. So anyway, this is what I've been telling people. I pointed this out early. A lot of these people they not like us, you know, the loudest people oftentimes be the fakest ones. It's like a defense mechanism. Hopefully no one doesn't recognize or remember the things I said if I just speak loud enough in praise of Kendrick. Bro, it's on the internet, man. So anyway, yeah, man, pattern recognition. Let me know if y'all remember the GATE program. Is that still a thing, the GATE program? You know, it was just too much work at a certain point, especially as I got older. You know, I have 4 sisters, but I have 2 older sisters. Well, one is my auntie, but she's basically like my older sister because like we're like the same age. But they're very similar in that they are not just gonna sit in the house all day. Side story. They're not gonna sit in the house. I'm a person, I can sit in the house all day. Build a computer, build a PC, put the video game on. Like I could be in the house. My 2 older sisters, they're the type both. They're not gonna sit in the house all day. So after school, well, we all over LA. Me and my sister, she's just not trying to sit in the house. We taking a bus to the Inglewood Public Library, to Crozier Middle School. We taking a bus to Fox Hills just to walk around. One time we saw Kobe. One time we saw Debo at Fox Hills just randomly. We going to the Candy Lady house over here, the Candy Lady house over there. We just all over LA, right? One time we took the bus so far, I didn't even know where I was. I was probably like 7. She was probably like 11. So after school, I'm trying to go on these little mini adventures. I'm not trying to read Robinson Crusoe for the GATE program, bro. So yeah, anyway, I say all that to say the whole GATE program thing was pattern recognition. People hate me when I first point out these patterns when I'm in the beginning stage, but eventually it comes true. I'll be right about a lot of stuff, man. I got to toot my own horn on this one. The ching. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Let me know what y'all think of this in the comments. This is a mess. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.